All right, so let me just tell you here, I have a special guest here, and some of you guys have seen him in the chat rooms in the Twitchverse, and you've also seen him in group flights with 757 Spy. You've seen him on Pilot Edge, you've seen him on VATSIM, you've seen him on all these different areas. He has joined me live here today. How are you doing, Maverick 2259?
Hello, hello. How are you guys doing?
Good to have you here. The reason that I have Maverick here in the pit with me today, at least in my eardrum, is that he has well over 100 hours in the SSG is it the E-170, right, Maverick?
Yeah, mine's E-170, but same plane.
So from what I understand, he's going to help me out with the cold and dark. He's going to help me out with a few things because it's been a period of time since I've been in an E-jet. So very excited, very impromptu stream. The org just released this aircraft, and I can tell you right now, I'm excited to be in X-Plane 11. I'm excited to be in this particular plane. I'm excited to have Maverick here to help me, and I'm also showing off a new airport. This is John Wayne. I believe this is from, I think, Skyline. Yes, Skyline has released KSNA John Wayne. Many of you have probably seen that on the homepage of the store. So what I plan on doing today is the cold and dark start. We'll take off from John Wayne. We'll do some maneuvers around the airport. We'll come back. We'll shoot an approach. Hopefully we'll have stayed airborne long enough to shoot an approach, and then we'll take a good comprehensive look at the new John Wayne that's on the org store. So there you go. Yep, KSNI hype. Thank you, Mixed D for the host, and thanks for dropping in there. Catch you soon. Have you heard the rumors from WSJ that Boeing is going to require? Yeah, there are rumors that Boeing is in talks with Embraer. So yeah, I saw that. I think I saw that yesterday. Yeah. So yeah, there you go. So let's do some very basic things here to begin with. I'm gonna do some cockpit views. Those familiar with X-Plane, if you do Shift 9, that gives you the default view in the cockpit. I'm gonna come up just a slight bit, and I'm gonna hold down Control, and I'm gonna hit 4. Maverick, how many different views do you do, and do you just do the overhead? What are the different views that you do for your E-jet?
I have probably 6 or 7 different views. I use number 1, which is basically a straightforward look, but it's raised up a little bit so that way you can see the scenery that you're flying over, because the glare shield sits a little high in this plane.
Okay.
So I kind of raise it up to almost the top of the yoke.
Okay.
So I can still see the panels, but I can still look down and see what's going on.
That makes sense.
And
for some reason
zoom in a little bit too. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. For some reason, I tend to use the same keys in every aircraft. So, for example, my 4 key is now my main pit view. Now I may adjust that based on what you're saying with regard to visibility of outside, but the 8 key always for me is the overhead, and then the 5 is what I call the MCP view or the FCU view. I'm not sure what they call it in the Embraer, but the autopilot functions, etc. Do you know what that panel is called in this one? I don't. It's probably it could be.
But
it's yeah, something along the line. Maybe someone in the chat knows whether it's an MCP or an FCU or just an, I don't know, automation panel. Well, it's in the manual. I'm going to read the manual. A little disclaimer on me in this plane is I'm brand new to it, so if either Maverick or I make something out of order, just know that we're sim pilots having fun. We're not real world Mayor Moses. Mayor Moses, this is one of his type of birds. So yeah, new airplane smile complicated. Yep. They're interested in the Embraer because they want to compete with Airbus. Yeah, and the C series. Yep, with the Bombardier. Okay, yeah. What were you saying, Maverick?
So anyway, so that's where I set one view, and then another view I'll just have it back and down just a little bit, a normal view.
Okay.
So that way, once you see your panel and everything get displayed, you'll be able to see your glide path and all the rest of your instruments. So.
Okay. I'm going to do this as an FMC view, but I guess this will also... Actually, you know what? I take it back. I'm going to make this like a... Well,
that
yeah.
I use as a number 5.
Yeah, I do that. I
me.
do that. That's
Yeah.
going to be number 2 for me, but I think I want to actually... I think I'm going to zoom in just a little bit so both the stream and myself can see the FMC. So I'm going to make this
Now, just so you know,
Control
if you push
1.
F8,
Yeah.
your FMC will come up.
Oh, so a pop-up for F8.
Yes,
Oh, yeah,
uh-huh.
yeah. Oh, okay. Is that resizable?
I just move it down to the bottom left corner when I'm flying.
Okay. So F8, that's good to know. Cool, 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 cool. Just like baby is not in the corner, no one reads the manual. I actually did. I did get the manual out, and I was doing quite a bit of reading in an hour or so. But I kind of want to read. I want to read it cover to cover. That's how excited I am about this. Yeah. There is a debate there, Brad. Yeah, there's a debate. I don't own any of the X-Crafts though, so I'm not a good authority on the differences between those two products. MD81. Actually, MD81, we need to talk to you about FS Economy. Apparently, you flew a Baron or something and lost money for Snack Air. I was just curious what happened there. But yes, this is the Embraer E-195. Okay, so I'm gonna. Okay, so that view. Do you do a view for the options? Oh, hold on, I gotta subscribe.
So I do a view for the top panel, and I also
Taxi.
do a view for just the little box right there,
Okay.
the options
Flying
box.
Jackal with the subscribe. Thank you, Jack. Really enjoyed your stream, all your streams lately, doing the flight model of the much anticipated 737-200. I just was so excited about that plane. All right, I'm going to make this one 3, so we'll go 4, 8, 5, 3, 1, and 2. Okay. Now, I probably need a lower... Yeah, I'm going to need this view as well. So I'm going to come down here. This is going to be what I call my throttle quadrant view, but it's also going to hold my flaps and also my some of my other functions, parking brake, etc. But I got to get positioned correctly here. There we go. That'll be throttle quadrant view. Perfect. Thank you, Jack, for the subscribe. 7 months in a row. Saxy, baby. You guys click on Flying Jackal right there. Give the man a follow. Most of you guys are following him already. He is putting out a plane that I'm super excited about. All right. So, by the way, Jack, I turned several people onto your 727 this last week, and they purchased it. So I'm glad to see that some of my YouTube videos are helping with some sales, even though I make mistakes on occasion. I make mistakes.
So one thing you're also going to want to know is you need to turn off your steering.
Nose wheel
when
steering?
You're taxiing. Yes.
Okay.
So I don't know if you want a view for that or not, but it's down on the bottom left.
So that is the tiller, you mean?
Yeah. You just.
I'll just
click on the
pan to
tiller.
that probably, because
Okay.
I think I only have 2 keys left, or maybe 3, but I might save 2 of them for wing views. But yeah. Does he know where to send the commission check? Yeah, Garrett67 rocking the FlyJ Sim chair. Yep. By the way, we had a few more gifted subs, so thank you to everyone who has gifted subscriptions to the John Fly channel. I think that's a very successful program that they're doing for us, and also the fact that subs are on sale is great also. So thank you guys for the support. Okay, so let's go ahead and take it from here. Let me obviously I'm cold and let's see, cold and dark. Tell me where to go. Where do we want to?
Okay, the first thing I do is I go up to the top panel.
Okay. We got some bits coming in. Bambino VR, 200 bits. Thank you, Bambino. Thank you. This overhead view is brought to you by Bambino. Okay, overhead.
And then just go ahead and start on the left side, start from the top, and then just go to the GPU available power. Go ahead and click on that.
Okay, GPU in use.
And then click on batteries and turn those to auto.
Just 1 second. We got a subscribe. We got Freedom is Pepsi or Coke with the subscribe. I think that was gifted from Fast Joe Testarossa. Thank you, Fast Joe Testarossa. I appreciate that so much. You're a gentleman. Okay, so now after this, it's beeping at me because I didn't follow the next one. What was the next step after GPU?
So GPU, then turn your batteries on.
Okay,
The next one down below, turn them to on, and then the other one to auto.
Okay, so battery 1 on, battery 2 to auto. Okay.
And then I go down to the next one and I turn up my cockpit lights all the way up. That's how I do it, because I like it bright on my panels.
Would it be normal for me to hear the beeping until we get things going?
Yeah, so just go down to your panel and just push off the master caution.
Okay, master caution's off. Okay. All right. All right, cockpit lighting is up.
Okay, so then go over to no smoking. Just go straight to the right, your passenger side.
Oh, we got
Click on
more
your no
subscribes.
smoking.
Thank you. The lesson's going to be slow and methodical. Garrett67 gifting Watt TCV a subscribe. Garrett, thank you. Welcome aboard, Watt. We do have a subscribe. Oh, I got to get DeepBot going. Hold on. All right, let's get DeepBot going. Let's click on caution again. Okay, so the smoking and
so go ahead and turn on your smoking, your fasten seat belts, and then turn your passenger sign to armed.
We got a subscribe. Passenger signs to armed. Okay. Yep.
Yeah, just go straight up. You don't have to do anything above that. Everything's all set to auto, so it's ready to go.
Okay, so on the fuel, everything to auto. All right.
Yep. Then go over to your APU control and go to start.
Click on start on the APU control, okay?
Yep. Then I go straight down to my external lights because now my plane's getting ready to fly. So I turn on my nav, my strobe, my red beacon. And since it's not night outside, we can leave the logo light off for now.
Okay. Lights. Those are on.
And that's all you need to do there. Then go back to your main cockpit view.
All right, main cockpit view. Things are lit up.
Yep. So your artificial horizon, that panel there with your altimeter and your airspeed and everything on it, that usually takes about a minute or 2 minutes to actually light up. So when you start your plane quickly, and then you come down to this area, that panel probably won't be lit up yet, but don't worry about it. It takes a minute or two for it to light up. So then what I do from this point, now that everything's up and running, is I go to my FMC. So push F8.
Or I can do the 2
or you can
and
go
the
down
F8.
to the panel, whichever, yeah.
And then I can move that. Okay.
So this part is, again, that's where I'm kind of new because I just got this plane updated yesterday and haven't messed with the FMC yet. It's got a new FMC in it.
So they changed things around a bit. Okay.
Yes. So the first thing I do is go to the, you can adjust your radios here and put in your transponder codes if you want to do so.
let's go ahead and simulate that. So let's just simulate that. I got 5465. I'll put that on in the transponder right there.
Yep, put it right
and then
in
is
the
that?
transponder.
It looks like it says XBDA, so it's probably squawking altitude, I'm assuming. So the pilot edge would
Not,
not
you
yet.
just go over to where it says standby.
Oh, there we go.
click on
TARA.
that.
Okay, there we go.
Yep. And
So
it'll
we could
switch
do that.
over.
We could do that at the runway then. Okay.
Yeah, unless you're at a place like this where you need to have it, you probably already have to be squawking your transponder code before you even taxi.
I wonder if that. Okay, so it's TA. It's traffic advisories. Okay.
Yeah.
And radar alerts, I think is what that is. Yeah. Okay.
And
all right.
You'll be set.
Yeah. SSG. Yep. Hello, Randy. Hello. Cascadia. This is SSG. Yep. It was released just. I thought it was yesterday, but maybe it was the day before. So yeah. All right.
So, and again, your comm radios, comm 1, comm 2, they're all self-explanatory. Just
I can just dial in 11. I wonder
Yep.
if my SciTech panels work. Just let me just take a quick frequency change. Let's just pretend I'm going to 128.8. Oh yeah, SciTech panels confirmed working. Beautiful. Okay.
So from there, once the radios are tuned, then I go to the menu, and then that's all your nav data. Make sure you have the right ARAC and all that good stuff.
So it looks like I have an older ARAC, but I'm assuming that the Navigraph FMS Data Manager will update this. Okay, it'll see it.
You'll just have to make a path to the plane.
Okay, I will do that.
And yeah, you'll need to when you do it, you need to create a special path all the way to that FJCC in the file, and then from there to the data folder.
Okay.
And then that's the last folder you have to go to.
Okay. If you have time, we may do that after an approach if you have time. But if not, we can do it at a later point together. Okay.
So from there, I've pushed on the maintenance button and it doesn't seem to do anything. But if you push on the position initialization, click on that.
Yes, D. Miller, it's on the org. Yep, it's on the front page of the org right now. Okay, so probably last position. It looks like the last position and the airport.
Push all three. So I push all three.
Oh, load.
And then it loads all three.
All three are loaded. Okay, GPS, last, and KSNA. Okay.
And then from there I go to the route RTE.
RTE, okay. So we're just going to do KSNA. I'm going to bring this over so the stream can see it a little better. You always got to keep the stream in mind. KSNA is the origination. And then we're going to do KSNA as the destination as well. Okay. The flight number.
You can put in a flight number if you wish to.
Okay, flight 572. Okay. All right.
And then go ahead and go to activate.
Okay. I think I did that already.
Okay. And then you can go ahead and carry over to performance.
Perfinit. I'm assuming that Perfinit is the same as perf. Yeah, should be.
Yep.
Okay.
And again, nothing really to do on this page unless you want to change anything.
Like my cruise speed if I wanted to. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So go to takeoff?
Actually, go to next. The next button. Click the next button down below.
Okay.
And then you put your reserve fuel in there.
Okay. I probably need to look and see what we have for fuel. We probably
look down at the bottom right. It looks you probably have 3,900 or so, or 3,100 pounds.
All right. So actually, it looks like we've got 6,400 kilos. So I'm going to
And actually,
switch that to pounds.
I forgot something, what I do on this plane. So after I get the top panel going, before I go down and do this, I actually go to the performance or the options display, and I will, once I get there, I'll delete the yoke, and then I'll switch to pounds, and then I'll take the option selector switch on the bottom left and move that over to option 2, and then I'll go ahead and fuel my plane. So that way when I do the performance initiation, it already has the fuel, the weights, and everything that are in there.
Okay. Looks like you can defuel, manual fuel, set payload.
Yeah, so if you want to fuel it yourself, all you do is click on the FMC manual select, and if it's in pink or purple, then you then that's generated off the FMC. If you click on it, it'll turn to green, and then you go to manual fuel quantity. Right below that, click on the plus.
Okay,
and start entering your
Makes
fuel all
sense.
that you want to.
Okay.
Once you get up to that point, then click fuel, and it'll fuel up your plane, or defuel, depending on whether you're adding or subtracting.
Okay, but we've already got the fuel loaded by default. Okay, that makes sense. All right, so I'm going to set it to pounds. I'm not going to mess with my field of view. The doors are all, you can control the doors, it looks like, opening and closing. I'll leave seat and rain on. The tow we'll do later. Okay, so now, with that being in pounds now, if I go to the main menu, we now have 14,000 pounds. That's way too much. That's way too much for maneuvers.
Okay, so go ahead and click on FMC manual select and make that check mark green instead of purple.
Okay, and then we'll set this to, if we're just going to fly half an hour, how many pounds do we want, do you think?
I would put in 3,000 pounds.
Okay.
So now go over to the manual fuel quantity and click plus until it goes up to 3,000 pounds.
Okay, so we click the plus sign there up to 3,000. All right, so this thing should stop once it, because it's in the middle of the defuel now. It should just stop at that number, right? 15 aside or so, 15, 16 aside.
I would let it finish doing what it's. Yeah, if you hit defuel, then yeah, it'll stop.
All right, cool. It's now got the okay. Everything is kosher now. Okay,
so,
cool.
Sorry, I missed that step. I should have went to there before I went to the.
No worries. Francis Colima, yeah, this is the Embraer E90 or E195 actually. It's on. If one of my mods could post a link to the store site for that brand new, it's on the front page. But if you could post a direct link in the chat, that would be great. Okay, all right. So back down to the FMC.
So the FMC, you should be still on the performance initiation page 2 of 3.
Yep, I'm there.
Okay, so click next.
Okay.
And then there you would enter your cruise altitude.
Okay, next cruise altitude today is going to be, we'll just put it at 9,000. Well, yeah, 9,000 is fine.
And then just add that.
Would that be under the initial cruise altitude?
Yeah, initial cruise altitude.
Okay.
And then click on confirm initialization.
What is the AT altitude? I wonder. All right, where do I do the confirm?
It should be on the bottom right. I don't see it there on your thing, but that's okay.
Okay.
Performance. Click on the performance button, and then go to takeoff.
Okay.
And then from there you can. I've tried to punch in the runway heading, and it doesn't seem to work.
Let's try it. So.
Same with runway slope. Nothing seems to work.
I think runway heading here is actually 196, but I'm assuming this isn't in there yet. Yep. Okay. No, it's not there yet. Okay.
Okay. So then just go over to takeoff data, the bottom right button.
It's not going anywhere, so maybe it just needs next.
Oh. Yeah, you're right. Mine. Yeah. So next,
Okay.
And then hit flaps. I usually take off at flaps 2.
Flaps 2.
Mm-hmm. And
Okay.
then click that.
All right.
And then go to next again.
Okay.
And again, that's where your V1, VR, V2 speed should come.
135 is my rotation today. So what would my V2 be then typically, do you think?
If you're at 135, probably 140, 145.
142, sure. And then what's the VFS?
I do not know.
Okay. V1?
Because they've never had that before.
V1 would be similar to VR, I'm assuming?
V1 is about 130.
Okay. And again, this is all relative to weights, etc. So
yeah,
I have to get better at doing my calculations for that. Okay, so all right, that's all. I don't know what VFS is.
Yeah, I don't either.
Okay.
So from there, if I was flying a regular flight, I would just go back to flight plan, and then it would have my route, and of course you would check for any discons, et cetera,
Okay.
and then you can either close it or, like I said, I move it down to the bottom left-hand corner of my screen.
Okay.
So that way I can see what's going on.
Yeah, the E-195 does look good, doesn't it, TrueFlight? Yeah, you're reading the DA40 manual for your check ride. Oh man, good luck. Good luck with the check ride. Creeks HD, welcome. Thank you for being here.
Click route RTE.
Okay.
That's what I was trying to find. So click RTE.
Okay.
And then click your next button. Go down to the next button.
Next button?
Yeah.
Oh, even though it just says one of one.
Yeah. Yep. Now you can click
SLI.
Now you can add SLI.
There we go. Maybe I'll just go Seal Beach, and then I'll just go Paradise for now.
Yeah, just go direct Paradise.
Yeah, I'll have to.
But that's where you would enter your airway.
On the left-hand side, so from...
On the left-hand side.
Okay,
yep.
That makes sense. Yeah, a lot going on in the chat. You guys help me out. Chime in anytime you want to. Okay, moving on. We'll do that Sill Beach, and then we'll do some vectors, and then we'll do the approach back in. And I'll pop that up. Okay.
Okay, so what I do is I go back now to my main forward view.
Okay.
On the glare shield.
Yep.
And then I go to the far left where all your lights are. And if it's nighttime, I'll put up that flood storm because it lightens up that center panel a lot so you can see what's going on your lower central console.
Okay, flood storm on. Okay.
And then I go to the next one to the right, the PFD, and turn that all the way up.
To the left, okay.
And MFD, and turn that up. And the ECAS, turn that all the way up.
Okay, they're up.
And then from there, move all the way to or just a little bit to the right to your baro set, and set your barometric pressure.
You mean to the left? So baro to...
panel, yeah.
All right, baro right now is... Okay,
so you can change that to what you want, or if you push the middle of it, where the little finger
standard pressure. Okay.
That'll give you standard pressure.
All right, I'll set this to... It's interesting when you go to if the standard pressure happens to be 299 or 2, it actually says STD. Okay.
Okay, you're setting the copilot side.
Yeah. It apparently
you don't need to.
Apparently it's set both.
Oh, okay. So when you do it on the pilot side, it'll set both.
Okay.
So from the pilot side baro.
Yeah. It's set.
From there, you want to go just a little bit over and to the top right, just below the glare shield. It says FMS. Go ahead and click FMS.
Okay, that's like CDI type button. It's going to follow the FMS.
Yeah.
plan.
So now that's going to put it to your FMS, so it will follow the FMS when you're in FMS mode.
Okay.
You don't need to worry about flight director or the course buttons at this point.
Okay.
So then go over to heading select and put your takeoff heading.
Okay, so heading select is right there. And that's going to show in the PFD here. So he's, oh yeah, perfect. I'm going to set that to 196. And then I'm also going to test my SciTech panel to see if that works. And it does not at this point, so I may have to do some configuration there. It displays the 196, but it doesn't let me manipulate that. That's fine. All right,
okay.
Runway heading set.
So after heading set, then what I do is move over to the speed knob, and I set that at 230. And the reason why is because I don't want to be going any faster than 230 knots until my flaps are up.
Okay.
And then next to that is your altitude. So now it's set at 10,000. You can set it to wherever you're.
We're going to go to 9,000. Okay.
Okay. So after you set that, then what I do is I go to, that takes care of that top panel. You don't need to do anything else with that.
Okay.
So then what I do is go back to basically the barrel set knob and then go down just below that where you see it says map and plan and system status.
Yep.
So I click on map.
Okay.
And what I do is I deselect the nav aids.
Okay.
I turn my TCAS on.
Okay.
And then I turn my weather on.
Okay.
And then I click map again so it will disappear.
Okay.
And then what I do is scroll down just below the FMC. You'll see a black knob next to the word display.
Yep.
What I do is I click that 2 to the right. And what that does is it increases the distance on your map display. So right now it's showing 5. I usually put it at 20 for takeoff.
All right, 20 set.
Okay, from there, you're set to go.
All right.
Plane's ready to fly.
Cool, cool, cool.
So at this point, what I would do is go ahead and back up.
All right, the moment of truth to see if better pushback works with this plane. And who's going to be my tug driver? That's the question. Actually, I have a hotkey for this.
Ground to cockpit. Please show me where you want to go.
Oh, it's Sasho. But before I do this, I need to increase the volume for you guys.
Oh,
so,
one thing we forgot to do, because it doesn't say to do it, because of this new FMC, is you need to set your trim, your takeoff trim.
Okay.
And it's just above the Embraer sign on your center panel.
Yep, I see that.
On the bottom right corner. Okay,
yep.
Go ahead and set your trim to 2.5.
Okay, 2.5.
And it'll say trim at you if you're holding it down for a long time. Just lift off and put it down.
Yep. Trim. Manscape. Okay, 2.5 set.
Yep.
All
and
right.
then go ahead and back her up.
Okay, let's do still loud.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
So, all right, so we'll come back down in here and then we'll see what happens. All right. Still loud. Well, we'll have to bear with the loud noises for a bit.
Windshield strap and adapter in position. Release parking brake when ready to start pushback.
Okay, parking brake is released and it's pulling it forward. Yeehaw! Oh, it's also pulling the GPU, so I better detach the GPU.
Yeah, so go back up to your options and disconnect the GPU. It'll usually yell at you when you.
It is.
If you have it set, yeah, you break.
Starting pushback, and you may start engine.
I just barely disconnected it in time. We almost dragged the GPU. Right, Vision Byte? JFK Ramp Rat, not. Oh, hey, good to see you. JetBlue 190, your nemesis, huh? I haven't seen a JetBlue 190 before. I haven't. I wonder if that catering truck's going to stop. That's the
so
true
now you're
test.
backing up. Go ahead and get your engines fired up.
I want to watch the backup. I'll delay my engine start for just a moment. I just kind of want to enjoy the new scenery, the fact that catering truck actually stopped. Austin's vegan foods actually stopped for me, so that's good. Tower's looking at us going, oh, we got a beautiful JetBlue pushing back. Flown one from Boston down to DCA in real life. Really? Yeah, I've been on an E-195, but I just never a JetBlue, and I've never seen one in the wild. I do like how the trucks are not going through the model. C206 Stationaire, good morning, Merry Christmas. Peter Hoover, hello. It's a horror to load that belly. Ah, see, Maverick, JFK Ramp Rat works at JFK on the ramp, so
nice.
He can tell us the stories, the real world stories of how difficult it is or easy. What's the easiest plane to load? JFK?
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
Okay, parking brake set.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
I'll be honest, I was kind of hoping for Britt to push me back, but
Okay, so you ready to start engines?
no, not yet. Unless you want me to. I'm just enjoying the pushback here. This is brand new John Wayne, Josh. This is Skyline. Yeah, Skyline KSNA, and I think this is.
Tow is disconnected and bypass bin has been removed. Hand signal on the right. We'll see you next
think
time
this
and
is-
have a safe flight.
Correct me if I'm wrong, chat, but I believe Skyline is the new name for Icarus. I believe Icarus changed their name to Skyline, but okay. All right, enough of my visuals. All right, engine start. How do we rock this?
Okay, go down to your center panel where it says power plant. Flip open the lever, or the little covered panel.
Up here. Yep. On number 1 or 2.
Okay. Doesn't make any difference.
Okay, number 2.
Okay, and then just scroll it over to start.
Okay, start. Close the guard or leave it open.
It'll close itself, actually.
Okay. Okay, it looks like we've got. Getting used to all my views. Okay, looks like we got a start on number 2.
Yep. Okay.
Sulfurin, you need to basically set your parking brake and turn off your fuel. You need to turn cut off the fuel and set the parking brake, and then you can finish your flight, Sulfurin. And also, welcome to Snack Air. Even if you haven't joined, you will be. You will be. JSnap 1982.
You can go ahead and start number 1 now.
Okay, number 1. JSnap, my instructor is Maverick 2259. Okay, start on number 2.
Okay, go up to your top panel,
Top panel.
and just to the right of your windshield wipers that are in the center,
Okay.
just go to the right and then down one. It says electrical pump A.
Yep, system 3. Okay.
Turn that on.
Okay, pump on. All right.
And now you can go ahead and turn off your APU while you're up there.
Okay, so APU control right here in the middle. APU coming off. Okay.
And then while you're there, go ahead and turn on your taxi lights.
Okay.
And if
Taxi
you want
lights
to turn on
coming
your
on.
landing lights, you can do that too, so that way you don't have to go back up there.
I'll go back. I'll turn them off at the runway. That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to go to the plug-ins, and then you have to go to FS Economy, and then you have to go to Finish Flight. But again, you have to have parking brake set, and the engine has to be off, fuel cut off.
Okay. Just trying to see your center panel. It looks like you have one item.
It says DCS ESS bus 1 off and parking brake set. That's it. So it looks like there's an essential bus that's off.
Yeah, it shouldn't be. So go back up to your top panel.
There's one button that says True 1, and it's set to off, not auto. And that looks like it's in the DC power panel.
Yeah, go ahead and put that in auto. You might
Okay.
have just accidentally hit that.
That could be. All right. Yep. Okay.
So just go back down to your center console, make sure that light's off.
Yep, that's off.
Okay, and you're ready to taxi. Oh, put your flaps down to 2.
Okay, flaps coming down to notch 2. And parking brake coming off.